Are you constantly saying, I can't afford it, and wondering why money keeps avoiding you? Hello, you amazing human. Today we need to talk about the most expensive words you're probably saying multiple times a day without realizing how much they're actually costing you. Every time you say, I can't afford it, you're not just stating a fact, you're programming your subconscious mind and literally repelling money from your life. Here's what's happening energetically when you say those words. Your subconscious mind doesn't understand the difference between what's true right now and what you're declaring as your permanent reality. When you say, I can't afford it, your brilliant subconscious says, okay, noted, they can't afford things. Let me make sure this stays consistent by blocking opportunities for more money. But it goes deeper than that. Those 4 words carry such heavy energy. There's frustration, limitation, powerlessness, and often shame wrapped up in them. You're literally broadcasting to the universe. I am someone who lacks, who doesn't have enough, who is financially powerless. And the universe, being the perfect mirror it is, says, your wish is my command, and gives you more experiences of not being able to afford things. From a neuroscience perspective, every time you say, I can't afford it, you're strengthening neural pathways of lack and limitation. Dr. Joe Dispenza's research shows us that our repeated thoughts literally rewire our brains. So these seemingly innocent words are actually carving deeper grooves of financial struggle into your neural networks. Now, I'm not suggesting you go out and buy everything you want when you genuinely don't have the money right now. That's not what this is about. This is about changing your internal language to align with abundance rather than lack, which then opens you up to receiving more abundance. So what should you say instead? Here are some powerful alternatives that completely shift your energy. Instead of, I can't afford it, try, I'm choosing not to purchase this right now. Do you feel the difference? One makes you a victim of circumstances. The other makes you someone who's in control of their choices. You're not lacking money. You're making conscious decisions about how to use your resources. Or try, this isn't a priority for me right now. Again, you're not powerless. You're someone who makes intentional choices about what matters most to you. Here's one of my favourites. I'm open to receiving this in divine timing. This acknowledges that you'd like to have it while trusting that, if it's meant for you, the resources will appear when the timing is right. You could also say, how can I afford this? Instead of declaring that you can't. This simple shift turns your brain from a closing mechanism into a problem-solving machine. Your subconscious starts looking for ways to make it possible rather than reasons why it's not. Or try, I wonder what opportunities will show up to make this possible. Now you're in curiosity and expectation rather than limitation and defeat. Another beautiful option is money flows to me easily, and I trust the perfect timing for this. You're affirming your ability to receive while releasing attachment to the specific timing. Here's what happens when you start using these new phrases. First, you stop reinforcing neural pathways of lack. Second, you start training your subconscious to look for possibilities rather than limitations. Third, you raise your vibration from scarcity to abundance, which literally makes you magnetic to money. But the most powerful shift happens in your identity. When you stop identifying as someone who can't afford things, you start identifying as someone who makes conscious choices about money. Someone who trusts in their ability to create abundance. Someone who expects good things to flow into their life. The research on positive psychology shows us that optimistic thinking patterns actually improve our problem-solving abilities and make us more likely to notice opportunities. When you're not stuck in, I can't afford it, thinking, You become more creative about generating income, more open to unexpected money sources, and more likely to take inspired action towards abundance. Here's a practical exercise for you. For the next week, catch yourself every time you're about to say, "I can't afford it," and consciously choose one of the alternative phrases instead. Notice how different it feels in your body. Notice how it shifts your energy around that item or experience. You might also want to start saying things like, "Money comes to me easily and frequently," or "I always have more than enough for what I truly desire," or "Abundance is my natural state." These aren't just pretty affirmations. They're reprogramming statements that align your subconscious with financial abundance. Remember, you're not lying to yourself or living in denial. You're simply choosing to focus on possibilities rather than limitations. You're choosing to see yourself as someone who's in the process of creating more abundance, rather than someone who's permanently stuck without enough. The wealthy mindset isn't about having money, it's about thinking like someone who expects money to flow to them. It's about making decisions from abundance rather than scarcity, even when your bank account doesn't reflect that yet. Your words are casting spells on your life every single day. Make sure they're spells of abundance, possibility, and empowerment rather than limitation, lack, and powerlessness. Start today. Stop declaring what you can't afford and start declaring what's possible for you. Your future wealthy self will thank you for it. Thank you so much for watching. If this resonates, drop a comment with any epiphanies. These videos are made as a guide to help you reconnect with knowledge kept within you. Take what resonates within you and release the rest. Follow the page for more content. Buy my 100 Messages from the Universe book or sign up for the Patreon for the opportunity to ask more personal questions and also hear longer form answers to all the biggest questions. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being you, and I'll see you in the next video. Until then, keep shining your light.